What's good, family? You boy Fonzie Neutron representing for BoutOnline.com. Back with another broadcast. Los Angeles joining us. What's good with you, man? I know you're not a happy camper today.
Oh yeah, and I'm up early and I'm on one today. It's a different day today. Sucker ducking about to serve a sucker today. That's all.
So, some of you guys will see from the title and from the icon that there's been quite a few crazy claims been made laden in the hip hop community. Hassan Campbell, who's no stranger to being, I guess, quite controversial, has previously reported that he was molested as a child by Afrika Bambaataa, which has sort of led to him creating his own, YouTube channel and moniker and pushing his own ideas and stuff like that. And amidst that, he gets into a lot of backwards and forwards and controversial diatribes with not only rappers but other YouTubers and stuff like that. So I just want to try and lay a bit of a foundation. But recently, he's been caught up in backwards and forwards with Doggie Diamonds, who some people might be familiar with from way back in the hip hop DVDs and all that stuff he was putting together, and we got the Doggie Diamond show, and they've been going backwards and forwards. Wack 100's also been in the mix, but Doggie Diamonds questioned Hassan Campbell about him appearing on an album cover of Q-Tip and a Tribe Called Quest, to which Hassan Campbell responded that he was around, the Zulu Nation and certain things was happening at the time, reiterating his claims that Africa Mambata had been egregious and molested him, but also suggesting that the same was allegedly done to not only Q-Tip, but he went on to mention a few other names, including LL Cool J and Ice T, much to the shock of a lot of people. So I'm gonna see if I can roll some of that clip, and then we're gonna let you chime in.
Roll them into intensive care. That's what we need to do.
So then we hear a clip from Hassan Campbell. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I don't know if you could hear that floss. He say allegedly there was some playing arounds or goings on with not only himself but mentioning Q-Tip, LL Cool J, and also Ice T.
Man, for him to even say something outrageous and bonkers like that is disrespecting the code that my homeboy come from that has been thrusted upon me too. You know what I mean? On some player shit. It's like you disrespecting the whole game by saying what he's saying. You know what I mean? To me, it seemed like they just doing that to get these likes and all this type of shit just to get it all the way up. But brother, there's other things you can do and other things you can say. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never heard nothing about Ice T. You ain't never heard nothing bad or anything. It's all been respect. You feel me? And so, I wanted to do this podcast today and this interview. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save you, Hassan Campbell, because you're gonna step in some dog shit that you ain't gonna be able to get off your shoe. You understand what I'm talking about? I really don't know about his podcast. I think I watched it maybe once or twice. You know what I mean? And I caught the episode where he was running around with some dude. Talk about the dude was stalking him, but you steadily talking to him in the streets. It was just it's a weird situation. You know what I mean? So anybody that would open their mouth up to say something about a person who just got a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame, you know what I mean? You should be able to try to get where he's at instead of down and clowning the person that don't even come from that cloth. Just because you get ran up in, that don't mean everybody else is.
Well, we had discussed also on a segment with, I believe it's from a Clubhouse interview with Wack 100, Doggie Diamonds, and I believe somebody else was on the call. I don't know who else it was, but and they spoke about it, and they were kind of surprised in the response of
Right.
hearing Ice T's name and LL Cool J's name, but they did sort of not pitch around the idea, but they said, okay, well, Ice T was, you know, in New York a lot. One, they said his management was associated with the Zulu Nation, and they said obviously Alal, and but then you brought to my attention that Africa Bambaataa was the one that sort of squashed out the beef between Alal and
Yeah,
ICC. So I guess when it arose, that conversation then started sparking. People say, okay, well, is he making crazy claims, or could there be some validity to this, or where does this come from, or where does he get off, making such statements?
I've never seen anybody else but him make these claims and statements. Nobody, especially about Ice T. But Africa Bambaataa, you know, anybody who says alleged beforehand, you know what I mean? Like, you accuse the man, stand up. Stand up for what you believe in. You said it, meant it, get it represented. You know what I mean? But I just see he's using that instead of um, getting help or persecuting this person that did this to you. You know what I mean? That don't mean you turn around and do it to another person. You know what I mean? ICA did nothing to Hassan Campbell, but somebody else will though.
Well, I mean, I had a clip with him saying that he wants to exact some kind of sounds like prison justice on Doggie Diamonds when he catches him. It was quite crass, and but is that like the victim becoming the victimizer in a sense? I don't know, because if he's saying he was abused and subsequently sodomized as a youngster, and now he's saying when he sees Doggy Diamonds he wants to abuse and sodomize him, it's like, has the victim become the victimizer?
Right. Like, no, it just sounds real fugazi to me. You know what I'm saying? He sound like he's the only one that's getting ran up in, and that's it. He talking about the dude said that to him on the other show. He talking about he'll knock him out. Well, knock me out. Knock me out. I said it. You know what I'm saying? You have enough gall to sit up and disrespect a man that we all respect. You know what I'm saying? You talk about knocking people out. I got people in New York. I got folks in New York. I got people in New York. You know what I mean? You walk lightly, my dude. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like you can't be touched or disciplined. DP, you probably like the other DP. You know what I mean? But we talking about discipline on my part.
Well, I mean, you think obviously you got your affiliation with Ice T and stuff. Some people may say, well, obviously naturally you're gonna defend him. But Hassan Campbell, he's always known to be toting, pistols and stuff. He always talking about gunplay and I believe racking people's snapbacks and stuff. Does that worry or concern you at all?
He look like a weenie. He look like a yee. If we was in LA right now, I'd be like, man, you was a yee. You know what I mean? When they made your gun, they didn't stop making them. You know what I mean? You better know how to use it, because you're out there putting allegations out there on people that you don't know if it's true, allegedly. And come on, man, knock it off, G. You know what I mean? Like, come on, your views ain't up enough. You need to gain some more views. That's why you're doing this shit. It's so ironic. Why you ain't never said this before?
Yeah, I mean, it could be for views. Some people, I know he do mention views a lot, and how much people he's got, tuned into his live and stuff like that.
He's a sucker. He's a sucker. Anybody that sit up there and talk about IC and IT ain't never said nothing about you. And he said Africa Bambaataa got pictures of penis pictures of everybody, and of LL and IC. Come on, my dude, knock it off.
I mean, I didn't hear that part where he said I heard the part. I heard him say,
Yeah,
see, okay.
he had pictures of everybody. He got pictures of everybody's penis and all this sort of type of way out weirdness. You know what I mean? Like, why come out with it now? You could have been came out with it. All of a sudden, you come out with the shit around the Grammys. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm turning on.
yeah, no, I'm with you. He mentioned Q-Tip, which
Most deaf and all these people. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. These people are stars. Who are you? You know what I mean? So when he keep popping his chops and somebody slide up on you and beat the whole entire brake pad off your ass, you'll see why. You know what I mean? You better stay in the house like you be staying in the house. I see you don't go nowhere. You staying in the house. You know what I mean? Being real recluse.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this one unfolds. He, he gonna definitely spark or prick up a lot of ears, I should say, with this one. 'Cause one thing about these times we know with the internet, once you put something out there, you kind of get people talking about it, whether it's truthful or not. In some cases, it's the fact that it's like he's spinning a ball of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's like spinning a ball of yarn, and then people gonna keep pulling at the thread, pulling at the thread, pulling at the thread. But I mean, to me, from what I saw from the recent videos and stuff of him, it seems a bit concerning, especially looking at his mental condition, because he seemed like he going through a lot. And I mean, some of the threats he was making towards Doggie Diamonds and stuff, that that's not normal thinking or behavior.
Yeah, he has an issue, he has a problem, a mental problem. You know what I mean? Somebody playing with his booty hole and got his mind, he's got his mind warped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, now he's saying he want to do the same to other people. It's sort of like, I find it weird.
Yeah, I find it weird too. Instead of helping people and consoling people and being loyal, and you never know what a person may can do for you, but you up there sitting down in celebrities, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of my partners, my player partner. I know what cloth he come from. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else has respect for Ice T. You know what I mean? So don't think that what he didn't think it was gonna be repercussions on nobody was gonna say something. You know what I mean? Niggas gonna speak on it now. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we're not gonna keep going through this disrespect. Charleston White too. You know what I mean? Oh, ugly ass nigga. Both of these Freddie Froggy man, come on, G. I ain't even gonna get all into it, but just keep watch your mouth and watch your conduct and who you talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, what message would you send to like naysayers out there that might say, well, he got a right to say what he, I guess, has experienced in
But
regards to.
why now though? But why now? That's what I'm saying. That's the thing that makes me think, okay, he does have the right. Everybody has the right. You can speak on it, but come on, G. We already know what the narrative is. He's trying to get their views up and get monetized and all of that. Monetize and get you traumatized.
Yeah, well, he definitely seems like he's already been traumatized multiple times over. Like when you see him talking, he doesn't come off like he's got all the bricks.
Right. Like, yeah, he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
All the bricks in his building here. There's a few bricks missing from
Right.
there's
We all just bugging out,
a few
talking bad about the Dawn. You know what I mean? Like,
a few bricks short of a building. I think is the he's I was looking for.
because I know when I talk to Ice, I'm gonna tell him about this shit, and all he's gonna tell me is, "Floss, don't get into it. I'm rich, so I'm not even worried and paying attention about what's going on with these suckers. But I will, though. I will. He don't have the time. I have plenty of time to be on Hassan Campbell. Watch what you watch. Watch your mouth, homie, and watch who you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Just because you ain't facing no repercussions, that don't mean they can't happen.
But that's it. And that's why I say, it's gonna be interesting just to see how this thing unfolds. Will it be like Charleston White, where a lot of people feel he's been disparaging, and they say one day he may get what's coming to him, as people ultimately often do.
But Hassan Campbell, we can take that fade. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody can set it all up. You know what I'm saying? Like they did Gonzo on them. You know what I mean? At Triller, and we can go get it all the way in. And I guarantee you, I'll put these paws on you, bro. I'll put them on you. You ain't gonna want to see these hands on me. You talk about knocking the other dude out. Knock me out. Knock
You got
me out.
you gotta be careful. He might try because
Man, that nigga get his ass knocked out. I'll take Charleston White and beat Hassan Campbell to death.
like it's one thing worrying about somebody saying they're gonna knock you out, or I mean that ain't even a word, but I
My
just
hands
mean
are red, bro.
It's
I'm
one
from
thing.
Inglewood. I'm from the
It's
wood. I'm from Inglewood, California. My hands is good. He ain't gonna want to see him. You know what I mean? It ain't a L.A. New York thing because I got plenty of homies in New York. You know what I'm saying? Hassan Campbell, if you feel froggy, show me leap, my nigga. You want to take this fade? We can take this fade. Let's set it up.
he don't even just want to knock somebody out. He don't want to stop there. That's what I'm saying. He want to knock you out.
He don't want to go with the other. He don't want to go with that. I'm trying to keep it cool, just take the fade. You know what I'm saying? But all the gunplay and the gun talk, that's where we come from. That's our forte. We don't want that. We older. We got kids and shit. You know, we ain't trying to be all like that mop him out the way. You know what I'm saying? But you is being disrespectful. So if you feel it, put your hands where your mouth is.
I'm just saying, be careful because he talking about knocking people out, and then he want to screw them while they're knocked out.
Oh man, screw him when he knocked the come on me.
Yeah, he has. I'm telling you, he has some sick shit.
Yeah, I know he do because he got some demons in him because the demon was already put in him. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, I mean, I ain't scared of you, my nigga. I ain't scared of at all. I'm not scary at all. And he's a weenie anyway. And he's not gonna want to take these fades. So you know what I mean? Just watch your mouth. It's easier to watch your mouth. But if you do want to take the fade, my nigga, we can take it.
You know, Hassan man, he he a bit bizarre. I hope he get the help that he need.
Yo, ugly ass Lionel Richie looking ass nigga.
Yeah, that's disrespect to Lionel.
Ballerina girl. That's his name. Ballerina girl. You know what I mean? Hassan Campbell, you better watch who you talking to, my nigga. You know what I mean? I've been knowing Ice-T damn near 25 years, 30 years. You feel me? So he's a good friend of mine. I don't appreciate that shit. You better watch what you're doing.
Yeah, man. You got to let your feelings known, you know.
It ain't no threat, it's a promise. You know what I mean? Like I said, we could go get to the bag. You know what I mean? To take it all the way there. And I think it would be a good thing. You know what I mean? I think it'd be a good thing. He can get all that frustration out, you know, and as he feels like, you know, he can knock people out and all that, would knock me out.
Yeah, I think it's like he's got like it's like a 2-step program. So the knockout's just phase one for him, and you know he played by prison rules. It seems like.
He don't play by no prison rules. All he doing is talking tough with no action. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing around. I'm not joking around. Like, watch who you talking about. Ice-T's not gonna address it. Ice may address it and may say something, but knowing him, he's not. He's not even gonna let that shit affect him. But I will though. You know what I mean? I couldn't even sleep last night when I heard that shit. You know what I'm saying? And all these busted ass suckers that's pushing the narrative and all that shit so they can get some likes. Niggas grown ass men with gray in their beard. You know what I'm saying? Acting like children. You know what I mean? It's all good that somebody slide up on you when you slipping.
Yeah, has he been has he been to jail before, Hassan? Has he done time in jail before, the Hassan Campbell?
I didn't hear you. What you say?
Has he done time before in jail, that Hassan Campbell?
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
man, I don't know. I don't know, man. All I know is I don't like the disrespect.
If it's done jail time, you know, because I'm concerned about his mental well being, especially with what he said he wanted to do to Doggie Diamonds. I mean, I'm surprised more people are outraged about that. I know it's 2023 LGBT, and you know all that stuff. You know, people got their preference, but you talking about knocking a guy out of violent, and it just sounds quite bizarre. You know, that's why I wanted.
He wanted to do that before he was trying to knock him out. That's what it was. Who said that? Who even said some shit like that?
Yeah, that's why I said he playing by some kind of prison rules or something. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, that's what it is, young man. You know, the person. First of all, if you going to jail back and forth too much, you know, either you ain't good at what you're doing, or you like being up in there with a whole bunch of men.
That can be the case for a lot of these people.
Either you're not good at what you do, your crime, or you enjoy going to jail where nothing but men in there.
Wow, secretly. Yeah,
Like I
some of
said,
them.
saying the jail shit ain't nothing. Anybody can go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can go to jail. Just because you go to jail, that don't mean that you tough. You know what I'm saying? Like the tough shit ain't. I done seen people who was tough. You were thinking they was tough, and they was scary as shit. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not worried about no repercussions or anything like that. All I'm telling him is to watch his mouth. If he can't do that, then he can see me and we can take this fade.
Well, obviously, it's more of a sensitive issue to yourself from a personal aspect, just with your affiliation with Ice T and stuff as well. So, you know, the floor is open for you to, address it any way you wish. If you want to just, lay down a challenge, you've kind of laid
Oh, it
down.
ain't, no, it ain't over. It definitely ain't over. Because by the end of the day, I'm gonna be all on this time. I'm about to be all on this nigga.
I think you
Like
should drop.
what's happening?
I think you
Huh?
should. I think you should drop a diss track for him.
Oh yeah, man. No, I don't like focusing and putting too much
He like he like
emphasis.
rap music. He ain't a rapper himself, but he like rap music. Maybe drop a
Right.
diss.
It's like I don't have to put no words together to rhyme to diss him. I just called him a weirdo off the top. You know what I'm saying? And
You can
take
throw
this
the
fade.
freestyle it.
Like that. You know what I mean? Like don't disrespect people that ain't disrespect you. And if that was the case, if Ice T was on that, which I know he not, because I know where Coffee come from. But even if he was, who is he to put that out?
Yeah, I mean, the context of where we heard it was somebody had asked him about him featuring on a Tribe Called Quest album cover, to which he's responded. His response to that was like one thing that seems commonplace with him is when he becomes privy to criticism, oftentimes he does revert to, this happened to me when I was a child, or this happened to me when I was a younger, which could be a sign of the trauma he's gone through. Now, one thing's interesting, like he said, I was only 14 on the album cover, so you're asking a 14-year-old, but he likes to go back in time where it's like, well, people are asking you the question as a 14-year-old. They're asking you the question as the adult that you are now. But maybe that's some stuff down to his trauma and that. But so I think when he went back mentally, for some reason, he blurted out some names. Now we know Q-Tip associated with Tribe Called Quest, which is who he was talking about. So okay, I guess that made some kind of sense. But then for him to call, Ice T and that now was quite peculiar and surprising to a lot of people. But he seemed like he doubled down on it and said it again. So it was like maybe in his head it was like, okay, well, I've said it now, so I'm gonna reinforce it because I know people gonna go crazy for this, and we're gonna get a lot of views and stuff too.
He gonna get be lucky. LL ain't got the time to probably to
Well,
be out there do it
we've,
either. But
we've heard, not to say it's true, people have said, not like rumors about LL and stuff in the past. It's like, you know, I think it was an interview. Somebody from Sons of Funk was saying they seen him getting a, quite an interesting massage or something before, but that's a whole different issue. But I
by a
mean,
man,
Ice T would, yeah, but Ice T would be. I mean, Ice T would be a whole different. Ain't nobody ever heard
nothing
nothing
about
like that about Ice.
right.
He,
They just want to throw a monkey wrench and pour water on your TV. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His accomplishment was big. I was there. I was invited to come. You know what I'm saying? So I take this shit personally. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm gonna do bodily harm to Hassan Campbell, or I'm gonna pull up and shoot him and none of that. But if you want to take this fade, like I say, I'll beat the whole entire brake pad off you, homie. If you serious about it, don't just talk about it. You know what I mean? Just don't talk about a person if you don't think it's ain't gonna be no repercussions, because it's definitely gonna be some repercussions behind it.
yeah, but if you want, you gotta challenge him in a way that gonna get his attention. Especially as we kind of discussed, we know he one of those guys who very much.
I can get him to fight me. I can get him to fight me. But all I gotta do is just tell him, nigga, if you win, you get a lifetime supply of butt plugs. You feel me? That should make him want to, just saying.
Yep. Right up something that's right up his street. Where you gotta negotiate with something that he gonna
negotiate some butt plugs. He get a whole year, a lifetime supply of butt plugs. You feel me? I'm looking for the bag. Me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm with him. I mean, it's just crazy. I think nothing surprises me. Not to say I'm agreeing with anything you say, but nothing surprises me nowadays that we hear from like the industry or whatever per se, because we hear so many
accusations and rumors and shit.
Look at that guy that was out a few weeks ago. We discussed it. Was it Uncle Ron? And he was, allegedly supposed to be a bodyguard.
He's still floating around. I seen a couple of his clips. He's still floating around.
Okay. And then I seen, Gene Deal did an interview, and Gene said, he never met the guy in his life. So,
Gene don't know you. Then you is not known. You is not who you say you are. Gene don't know you.
So there's some. Well, I guess there can be validity to some of these things. Sometimes it can be fabrication, especially in today's time. So we just gotta use our best judgment on the situations.
Because Gene is real deal. You know what I'm saying? Gene is real deal. Holyfield. You know what I mean? He's been around, and you can respect him. You can he's telling the truth on some shit. It's no nonsense. These other suckers, they'll do anything to get a like.
Well, we don't spend too much time out. I know you said you wanted to chime in. Any last words you want to put out?
Hassan, don't make me have to knock you out, my G. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to help you. Don't make me have to knock you out, my nigga. Keep your mouth closed about certain people. That's it.
No doubt. Well, family, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you feel Hassan Campbell dead wrong? Do you think, there's some validity to any of his statements? Do you think he's been lying from the jump? Do let us know your thoughts in the comments. We're not advocating all this hip hop drama, but we will discuss it as it goes down and try and bring you guys some updates. So do check us out at BattleOnline.com. We're experiencing a bit of changes on the website at the minute, so do bear with. But rest assured that we're going to be continually dropping dope content for hip hop and the culture.
And y'all make sure y'all press that subscribe button and that like button too, man. Come on, man. Niggas up early in the morning giving y'all this. You know what I mean? And stay tuned. It ain't over.